Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob, and welcome back to the Uplifting Gamer podcast. Yes, I'm back. It's about damn time. It has been too long that I've taken my break, and god damn it, it's time to get to work. And I cannot wait to talk about what I have in the future, but that, like I said, that's the future. We are in the present. We are in the now. Let's get into the nitty gritty, shall we? We are talking about PlayStation's legacy titles. Back in January, they released a statement saying, and this is in an interview, not the statement. They released a statement inside of an interview. It's complicated to explain. That they are going to be in deep in process of bringing back legacy titles and bringing back new entries into said legacy titles. And if you want to know what that is, basically, think of Jak and Daxter, Infamous, Ape Escape, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, all of those. But here's the thing. Where are they? That was January 3rd. It's March 21st, as recorded. And we have yet to see a legacy title. We have to see one announced. And there have been two state of plays. Two. Now, I want to ask everybody this. I know the answer. Why? Why aren't they bringing it back yet? Are they waiting for the right time? Maybe. That could absolutely be the possibility, and I could just be overreacting here. Or I could be spot on, and I could tell you all the truth right now. And here's the truth. The truth is, they're scared. They're scared of one thing. Performance. People love Jak and Daxter. They love Ratchet and Clank, Ape Escape, Infamous, Killzone, Sly Cooper. The list goes on. They love those games. They bring a new title into the mix. What happens to the old games? What happens to the old guard? God of War, Ragnarok. The God of War, the prequel to Ragnarok. Last of Us Part 2 and 1, which, by the way, got remakes, which really didn't need a remake, by the way. And if you want to call that a legacy title, you're crazy. It's a makeshift port that didn't need to have a port. And if you want me to put into perspective on why they need to start pumping these things out, and why they at least need to announce something, Sly Cooper, 1, 2, and 3, they all got PS4 and 5 ports. All of them. Cool. Great. That's great. You won't have to stream them anymore. And that is a lot. That's pretty good. $10 US. Ideally, that is extremely good. But I don't think they expected what the reviews were going to be. On opening weekend, it was the top 10 selling game for all of them. Sly 1, 2, and 3. And when they announced they were coming back, it was trending on Twitter. Tell me if that deserves another game. Listen to the reviews as of now. Out of 5 stars, Sly Cooper 1, 4.92 out of 5, 7,000, I believe, reviews. That's a lot. 4.95 out of 5 stars for Sly Cooper 2, Band of Thieves. Again, 7,000 reviews. So that's not like a one review thing. 7,000. And it's universally accepted. Sly Cooper 3 out of 5,000 reviews. Same score. 4.95 out of 5 stars. Tell me tell me why there shouldn't be a new Sly Cooper game. You want to know why? They're afraid that if they announce it, it will overshine any game that is coming out at this current moment. You will always have Assassin's Creed. And personally, I do consider Assassin's Creed to be a legacy title. It was on the PlayStation 3, and even though it does turn out a lot of games, I consider that to be a legacy title. It's been around for an extremely long time, and I think it deserves that right to be called that. So I can't argue that at least statement there. But there's a case to be made where when you churn out Ratchet and Clank, you cannot just excuse yourself and say, hey, we're done. Nope, that was a one thing. One and done. We're not going to do it again. Sorry. No. If you're going to bring back Ratchet and Clank, you bring back Jak and Daxter. You bring back Sly Cooper. Which, by the way, people tend to forget this a whole lot, but I never did. When Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper and Ratchet and Clank, what they all did, they picked up the slack of when Crash Bandicoot went cross-platform. When Crash Bandicoot no longer had the ability to be the PlayStation mascot because he went on GameCube and Xbox, what did Sly Cooper and company do? They became the mascots. You don't see Crash Bandicoot at the PlayStation Bowl for college football. You see Sly Cooper there. That tells me something. That tells me that you are the mascot there. And if you want to drive my point home, and I will preach this to the day I die, Elden Ring, again, it shouldn't have been nominated, but it was. The same game that had the gaming universe in a chokehold for 6 months was nominated for Game of the Year. Its DLC was. Astrobot beat it. A platformer. Want to know what Sly Cooper is? What Ratchet and Clank is? Or Jak and Daxter is? They are classified as one thing. Universally classified, if not, they are classified as platformers. Interesting, huh? So, want to tell me why we're not getting those? I can tell you why. It's fear. It is. It's not greed. It's fear. Because you would think that when in January they said, hey, we're deep in production, so apparently we should be seeing a new trailer. That was January 3rd. Where's that trailer at? I'm waiting. What we get is what? A Borderlands movie that's terrible? A Minecraft movie? Which, let's face it, let's call a spade, that's going to flop. Gran Turismo, which, did good, but I'm not going to count that because I believe that came out last year. We get that? Minecraft isn't even a PlayStation game, but we're getting Borderlands. That's not a legacy title. That's around now. You don't get to classify that as a legacy title. I know I sound hypocritical when it comes to Assassin's Creed, but Assassin's Creed was around when the PlayStation 3 came out. Not Borderlands. So where the hell are these legacy titles? I know I sound like a broken record. I do. But if you are going to bring them back, if you're going to say and preach to all these gamers that love these series, like Ape Escape, for example. I didn't pull up the review yet, and I'm not going to because I'm already recording. But if you're going to say, hey, Ape Escape, Guitar Hero, all of this, you're going to bring those back, do it. Announce what you are going to bring back. If not, you shouldn't have said anything in the first place. And now they have themselves backed into a corner. You're going to look at this, and we're going to look back in July and say, where is it at exactly? Because when E3 stuff coming out, that means we have to keep looking at PlayStation showcases. And every PlayStation showcase, oh, by the way, I just thought of one, Bloodborne. Where's that remaster? The remaster that's been rumored for years. The game that has been, like, hell, people freaked out when Demon Souls, which I will give them credit, they used Demon Souls. They used Silent Hill. They're getting, I will give them credit there. They have that. But the true legacy games are on PlayStation 2. And they tried and failed miserably with Crash Team Rumble. And it failed. It failed 10 times over. You couldn't get into a game in week 1. If you try it now, you won't be able to get into a game at all. So, I want to close it off with this. They need to kick it into high gear. Because I don't know what PlayStation is doing over there. I don't know what studio is handling these legacy titles that are so-called being remade. But it's time to turn them out, or at least announce something, or give an update. Say, hey, here's what we're working on. We'll let you know when we can at least give you an update on what these legacy titles are. And more importantly, you shot yourself in the foot. That's a risk. That's a huge risk. People covered that all over the world. Every news outlet covered it. And they conveniently forget about it. Well, here I am talking about it, and I gotta put it out there. Where is it? I want to know where. That is the. I'm not gonna get a response from PlayStation because if I decide to go to them, my little request is gonna get thrown in the trash by a receptionist. That's called a spade there. But that is the biggest thing. It is time to take action, PlayStation. You say you're going to bring back every legacy title. Sly Cooper, not every, but some. Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. Silent Hill, which you brought back. Good on you. I'm going to give them that. Let's give them their flowers when they can. Silent Hill 2 is brought back. Alan Wake, they brought back a second game. They're bringing some back. But people universally agreed legacy titles aren't Alan Wake and company. They are the games on the PS2 and the PS1 that we want. Resident Evil 4 we all thought was going to get a remaster. That ain't happening. We're getting Resident Evil 9 first. So, it comes down to this. Where is it? When is it? Better yet, why did you say that? That was stupid. You shouldn't have said a thing. Because now the gaming world is looking at you expecting the best on every single showcase. And now every single showcase, when you don't deliver, you have to deal with the consequences of people saying, why isn't insert game here? Why isn't insert game here there? Why isn't, let's say, I don't know, my personal favorite, Sly Cooper. Why isn't Sly Cooper there? Why isn't Ratchet and Clank there? Infamous, Killzone. I could go on. Why isn't Medal of Honor there? That's a legacy game. That was on the PlayStation 2. Bring them on. Call of Duty needs competition. Or we're going to get what we get all the time. And that's not good. So yeah, this is honestly, people don't realize this, but it's time to kick it into high gear for PlayStation. I think people forgot about this whole thing, and it's time for it to come back. Where are they? You can't call. You can't bring back ports and call it a day. No, that's bullshit. It's time for them to come back. It's time for at least PlayStation to say. Cannot talk today. I'm too pumped. Adrenaline's running. It's the first episode back. Sorry, adrenaline's running up here. You cannot say something like that and expect people to be quiet. That's not going to happen. So where is it? This is my last I'm going to say it before I'm closing everything off. Where is it? Where are they? What are the games you're going to bring? Hell, I would be happy if I got a list of games. So I at least knew what I can expect. I can know where to put my expectations. But we're not even getting that. So now we wait. Now we wait to see if PlayStation really wants to use those legacy titles. But as of right now, the so-called deep in progress games that they're working on, they don't exist. I don't think they do. But that is all for this episode of, well, that part of this episode of the Outlet the Gamer podcast. Now I'm going to get into the final part. Thank you all for being patient. It took me a long time to get that fire burning again. And the second I hit record, I remembered why I did this. Why I love podcasting. So if you guys waited to see a new episode, thank you. I am home. I am back, and I want to cross 1,000. We're at 838, folks. Let's try to get this podcast over 1,000 downloads. We've been here for 3 years. We can do it. This is Jacob talking. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around, for the highs, the lows, and the in-betweens. Thank you for dealing with the holy shit 1 year episodes, because those were terrible. We have a lot, and I say we as a very intentional situation, because I have plans coming up. We have a lot of stuff planned. At least I do. I hope everybody else is on board. And I can't wait to get back into it. The stuff that I want to do is going to be fun. It's going to be hectic. And it's going to be funny. I just can't wait to do it. I wish I could do play-alongs, but I can't. But I will say this. It's good to be back. And I missed all of you. I missed all 20 of you or all 5 of you, whoever watched, or the one person I besides listen. I missed you all. And it's good to be home. So thank you again for everybody listening. I am probably supposed to be going to bed. It's 3:13 as I'm recording this. So, yeah. I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody. Have a great April, and I will see you in the next episode. And trust me, there are more to come. Bye-bye.